Okay, this time I'm going to go over the deals component. We'll look at that a little bit in more detail. So I can click on the deals and I can see some existing deals that are already been put in by some other people in the factory or in our group of salespeople. Obviously, each deal would be for an individual vehicle. So, for instance, you can see there's several here for Angel. If you buy 4 vehicles, there'd be 4 individual deals. So that we can track each VIN and each one as a particular deal individually. You're not going to have one deal with 5 vehicles attached. So these are some examples that were put in since our training the other day. I'm going to walk you through how to add a deal in from scratch. So what we'll do is we'll go in here and we'll add in a deal. Obviously, I showed you in the lead portion, the contact portion, and the account portion. If you already have them in there, then you can go ahead and create a deal right from those locations. However, we can create a deal right from here. And we'll start up here with the total dollar amount. So I'm going to key in one of my actual deals that's been sold, just to kind of give you an idea of how it gets done, and then also it'll put one of mine into the system. So this deal is 84,050.00. Okay. This deal name would be M&M Fire Elite. So they're purchasing one of our Elites. The closing date, it's already been closed, and this was signed on 1/2. Okay. The account name in this instance is M&M Fire, which I don't have them in there yet, but I will add them in and then I can link it together. Okay. The stage, this one is a signed POC at that point. The probability, it automatically puts in the probability at 100. So if this was in prospecting, it would be 10%. If it was identifying product, it would be at 25%. Quotes are at 60. Filling out a POC is at 90, and then obviously a signed PO is at 100. Okay, so your contact name, again, could come out of my list of my accounts or my contacts, but in this case, I have not put in a contact name yet. So I'm going to add a new contact, see how it's allowing me to do that right then. Or I can click here as account name and add the new account in. So I don't have to go back and key them in. As I'm filling out my deal, since I've already done all the legwork on this, I can go in and create it as a new one. So I'm going to create a new account. I want this new account to be M&M Fire Department. Okay. And then their phone number is 740-651-8950. Okay. Then I can save and associate, and now it's in there. Okay. So now my contact name, I don't have the contact name information in there, but I can add that new contact in. The account name is going to be associated to M&M Fire Department. So you can see how you can work forward or backwards through this without having to do redundancies. So I'm going to put that in. It's going to be Mr. Gary Woodard. Okay. And Gary's email is m.fire@yahoo.com, and his phone number was 740-651-8950. Okay, so as you can see, if I already have an existing lead that turned into a contact, that turned into an account, and then became a deal, I can pull it out from already being in there. But since I'm working backwards with this existing sale that I'm plugging in and going back, I can do the same, just going the other direction. Okay, so I'm going to save and associate that to this particular order. Perfect. Now, what type of order is it? It's new business, so it's not an existing customer. It's brand new business. Okay. So at this point, the next step is it's in production at the moment. So I'm just going to put in production. So I can follow up, and then once it's done and it's completed and built, then I can contact my customer and tell them it's ready for pickup. The vehicle type would be an ambulance, and it's an elite ambulance. The lead source was from a cold call that we went and visited with the customer. And that's all I really need to do. I can put in here that this is a custom, I can put this as a custom elite with new bench, and it is being designed in R&D. So this is not one that's just going through as a cookie cutter. They're designing some special components for this that then will become available to everybody else to purchase, but was designed specifically for this customer. Okay, so I can hit save and new, again, like before, in order to create a second one if I want, or I can just hit save and be done. Okay, so here's my deal. My deal is in the system. You can see it's already through the prospecting stage, the identifying product stage, the quote stage, the POC stage, and is in the signed POC stage. Okay, so you can see how it's all laid out and how it's going. And like I said, as you build this, you'll move them from one stage to another, to another, to another as you work through this deal. Now, this deal I just had to put in anyway, and I was walking you through how to do it, but then you will be able to move it from one section to the other as it progresses through that process. Any specific notes I want to add in, I can attach, which I'm going to do, I'm actually going to attach my POC to it. So I have that as a reference tool later. So I'm going to upload the file. And I actually have the file on my desktop, so give me 2 seconds to pull that up. So I'm going to go here, and it's right here, M&M Elite. Okay, so it's going to attach my PDF, so I'll give it a second to attach. And this is my actual signed PDF version of my POC. So I'm attaching that in here, so I have that as a reference tool later, and I can always reference it if I want to. Any open activities. So at this point, I don't really have anything special going on, but I'm going to add in a new task for myself. So I'm going to put follow up with R&D on progress. So I'm doing this just for my own purposes and then to show you how this can work. So I'm going to put follow up on that, and I want to follow up on February 1st. That's going to give them a couple weeks to work on the design and development of this. I'll leave that as a high priority. I am the owner. I'm going to put a reminder on February 1st at 9 a.m. to let me know via email. Okay, and then I can just say save. And now there's a task in there to follow up on the progress of this with our R&D department. Okay, and at this point, that's all I need to do, and my deal is set up. So I can go into this deal later, and I can edit it, update it, add additional features to it, or I can go through and look at the other ones. So that's a pretty basic overview of the deal. We already walked through the other ones on how you can convert it from one phase to another, so you can see how to take it from a lead to a contact to an account or to build a deal. I walked you through how to build a deal from scratch and add in a contact and an account from within the deal phase, but you also know that you can create a new contact I could have done it the exact opposite. I could have built it in there and put in the gentleman's name. Then I could have attached the account to that person's name and built a deal all from the contact phase. So I can go either way as long as I put all the pertinent information in. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll continue to work on smaller little snippets like this. I'll show you guys next how to use the ZOHO expense. And then I'll also show you how to use the ZOHO meeting. And then I'll go into the specific apps that'll be on your phone and how those integrate with this software that we're doing on our computers. Thank you.